What is up, people? The internet. It is me, Real American Politics, back with an emergency video. Now, this is a third video that I posted today, but this is so critical that I have to get this video out ASAP because I just heard about this a little while ago. As everybody probably knows, there is a bill called the Restrict Act that was proposed by many senators on both sides of the aisle yesterday. Or a couple days ago. And at first it seemed like a good thing. It would essentially ban stuff like TikTok. But then people actually read the bill. Well, let's just say we need to take action. We cannot allow this bill to pass, no matter the cost. So again, I'm sorry if this is the third video for today. I'm sorry about that, but this is so critical. We got to get into it. Now, before we continue with today's video, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the Twitter account in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Guys, for $3 a month, you could join Real American Politics, which is a phenomenal deal as it helps support the daily content we all know and love. You love these type of emergency videos? Well, that's the best way to support it. Alright, so hopefully we won't have to do a 3-day upload again, but this is just way too freaking important for me just to ignore. So, let me be clear, alright? Originally, when I heard they had the TikTok ban bill, whatever, they called it the Restrict Act. Restrict Act, blah, blah, blah. Point is, I supported it because it was like, okay, it just sounds like a ban on TikTok. But then people read it. And I read it too. Guys, this is the Patriot Act on steroids. You remember the Patriot Act from 2002? Essentially mass surveillance of the plebs. Well, this act would do what the Patriot Act did, but on steroids for every technology, anything, internet, anything like that. They would do Patriot Act everything. Now, you look at who sponsored it. John Thune, Tammy Baldwin, Deb Fisher, Joe Manchin. And you see a lot of losers also like, Lindsey Graham, Tom Tillis, Chuck Grassley. What the hell are you doing? But point is, none of these are good senators. None of them. Alright, Grassley's just a disappointment with this, but people read the bill. And Lindsey Graham claims he didn't know this was in the bill. Then why did you co-sponsor it? You co-sponsored it like 2 days ago. But point is, read the bill in its entirety, but I'm going to highlight the parts that have everybody, rightfully so, freaking out about this bill. In carrying out sections 3 and 4, this is considerations. The Secretary should prioritize the evaluation of the information and communications technology products or services used by a party to cover transaction in a sector designated as a critical infrastructure in Policy Directive 21. Yada, yada, yada. Software, hardware, or any other product or service integral to telecommunications products and services include wireless local area networks, mobile networks, satellite payloads, satellite operations and control, cable access points, wireline access points, core networking systems, long, short, or black hole networks, edge computer programs. And you keep reading it. Let's see here. Any software, hardware, any other product or service integral to data hosting or computing service that uses, processes, or retains, or is expected to use, process, or retain sensitive personal data with respect to greater than 1 million persons. So, remember this. Anything greater than 1 million people, all right, in the United States at any point during the year period preceding the date in which the covered transactions refer, blah, 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 including internet hosting services, cloud-based or distributed compute and data storage, machine learning, management services, and content delivery services. But then you keep going. The pile of shit gets worse. Software design are used primarily for connecting with and communicating via the internet that is used in greater by at least 1 million U.S. persons at any point during the year period preceding the date on which a covered transaction referred to the Secretary for review of the Secretary initiatives, review or the cover transaction, including desktop applications, mobile desk applications, gaming, payment, web-based. So everything. With just 1 million people. They can go through the data. They can essentially spy on you if you visit a website, with more than 1 million people. Google. So anytime you Google something, free access for the government. Now, I know Google has the data, but still, this is unconstitutional. It 100% is. Anybody defending it's a loser, but boy, you haven't seen anything yet. There's a lot of gibberish, but now, number 10, all right? The president shall rely, including by delegation, the secretary and the heads of other federal agencies, as appropriate, to conduct investigations of violations of any authorization, order, mitigation, measure, regulation, or probation issued under this act. In conducting investigations described in paragraph 1, designated officers or employees of federal agencies described that paragraph may, to the extent necessary or appropriate, enforce this act, exercise such authority is to conferred upon by any other federal law, subject to policies and procedures approved by the Attorney General. Inspect, search, detain, seize, or impose temporary denial orders with respect to items in any form of conveyances on which it is believed that the items have been or are being imported into the United States in violation. So yeah, more search without warrant. But guess what? You think this is bad. Gentlemen, we have the abominations of all abominations. I thought this was a parody. Look, if you have a VPN, you may be in deep trouble. All right? Read right here. Where is it? I'm trying to look for it. This is embarrassing. It is right here. A person who willfully attempts to commit, or willfully conspires to commit, or aids or abets the commission of an unlawful act described in subsection A shall, upon conviction, be fined not more than $1 million, or if a natural person may be imprisoned for more than 20 years, or both. You heard that right. So if you essentially violate law, like use a VPN, whatever, they can imprison you for upwards of 20 years. You see the problem with this. This is the Patriot Act, but on steroids. So listen, I don't usually tell people to just call your congressman, call your senator, tell them be against this bill. Because it's a Patriot Act 2. And I didn't even read everything. There's some egregious stuff in here. It gets bad. So, they can, without any warrant essentially, just spy on you. Right? And if you dare go on a VPN, you have the risk of a $1 million fine or 20 years in prison. This is the scariest thing I have seen proposed this year. And luckily there's a lot of pushback already, but hopefully this doesn't get passed, because can you imagine you Googling something that the government knows every single thing without a warrant? So much for freaking warrants in America. So we gotta tell your congressman, tell your senator, tell anybody, all right, about this egregious bill that allows for warrantless searches, all right? They could search your history. They could search your data without your permission, without a warrant. They can do whatever the hell they want. And on top of that, if you dare use a VPN, it effectively makes it illegal. So call, again, if you can find the numbers of your congressman, I'll probably leave a link in the description down below. This is serious. This isn't a parody. This isn't a joke. I don't care if you're left, right, center, orange, brown, whatever. We cannot allow another Patriot Act, because this is more extreme. Because this includes all the internet. The entire internet, without a warrant. They can do whatever the hell they want. I mean, any website over 1,000 people, or 1 million persons a year. Wow. That's basically every website on the freaking internet. And all your devices. Everything. So, Get in contact with your congressman. There will be a link in the description down below with the phone numbers, hopefully. So yeah, guys, this is serious. This is not a parody. Just be vigilant. Tell your congressman, vote no on the Restrict Act. Hopefully it dies in committee, because if it doesn't, there's a serious shot this piece of crap passes. Thank you so much. Godspeed to all of you.